Not an absolute nightmare. That didn't work. I'll just have to wait and see if anyone knows I've started all over again. So I don't know what happened before. I tried a live stream. It was scheduled for 8 o'clock, and I was trying something a little bit different. Hi Michael, you found me. I was trying something a little bit different, but nothing that would affect the live stream. But for some reason, I couldn't connect. This has only ever happened when I've been out and about. You know, when you're out and about with your phone and sometimes you don't have a good signal. That's what happens. Sometimes you lose the signal, but it's never happened in here. I always have a strong Wi-Fi signal, but for some reason, it decided to not work. I tried everything. I had to turn the phone off in the end because it wouldn't even let me. Oh, we got 20 watching, that's good. It would not even let me end the stream. I tried to end it so I could start again and it wouldn't. So I had to close the phone down. I had to shut the phone down and start. It crashed. The phone crashed on me. Yeah, and I was trying something different. What I was trying was I wanted to try the front camera. See, I use my phone for the live streams. I'll just take my glasses off because I can't read the screen. Hi, Chaddy. Load still on the other video. Waiting. Maybe. I can't even access the other video. I can't. I cannot get on the other video. It's not there. It doesn't exist in my... I've looked in my video list and it's not there. How weird is that? My own video. I can't even watch my own video. That is really, really weird. I put some posts on as my normal name. I couldn't log in as Starman for some reason. Sounds a bit daft that, doesn't it? I'm going to have to look into that. But hi. Hi to everyone who's here now. I've got 22 people. Hi Helen up there in Scotland. Hi to Jerry Doherty, Farang Travels. Hi Tom's Vlogs, Ramfan, Michael. Hopefully everyone will come over. Terry Stevenson. Julie Miller, hi. I really don't know what happened. I started the live stream and then the connection went down straight away. It's the same sort of thing that happens when I'm out and about on the streets, but you don't expect it to happen in here because the Wi-Fi, it said the connection was down and I've no idea. Hi Wendy. I don't know why it did it. All I was trying to do, I was trying to do the live stream a little bit different for a bit better quality. I was using a different camera on the phone, which meant I had to flip the camera the other way so I can't see the screen. And what I would do is I would use my iPad here. I've got an iPad here and I'd be able to see the comments and everything on there. So because I can't see the screen and I wanted to use the front camera on the phone because it's much better quality. But it wouldn't work. It's very, very strange. Very strange. Did anybody see anything at all? I was talking to myself for about 5 minutes. So not having much luck. Can you see? Is it buffering? He's not. Can you guys see him? Or is it buffering? Hope it's not buffering. It's not giving me. Hi Susan. Hi Julie Clay. Yeah. I can't even get on that. If I tried to go on that live stream, I won't be able to. It won't let me on. How weird is that? My own live stream and it won't even let me on it. Yeah. When I go on my videos, there's nothing. There isn't one there. It doesn't even show this one. It doesn't even show this video. How weird is that? How come I can't even access my own video? Oh, I think I've got it now. I think I've got it. I found it. I found it. I'm going to put a comment in. I'm just going to write take 2. Let's see if this comes up. Yep, I've just wrote take 2 in my own comment. I couldn't even find the video. There you are. I've just wrote on my own. Hi 1 2 3 4. Hi. Yeah. What a mess up that was. What? Hi JJ. It was a real. I don't know why that happened. I started the live stream and it just wouldn't, it disconnected. I was talking to myself for about 3 minutes. I didn't know that there was nobody here because I wasn't watching the screen, you see. Hi Simon. I couldn't see the screen because I'd flipped my camera the other way. I flipped the phone. So I want to try and get a better quality of live stream, a better quality video. I've tried it already. The front camera on the phone I'm using for this live stream is far better than the portrait camera. So, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to try and see, thanks JJ, I wanted to try and see if I could, I'll just move this around a little bit. I wanted to try and see if I could get a better quality using the other camera, but the only thing is when I flipped it round I can't see the screen. So I tried to use my other device so I could see the screen, and I couldn't get on because I couldn't connect. So there you go. So here we go. We got about, let's see, here we got 45 people. What, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up. Desert Strike on Mega Drive at Crispy P. Have you been watching my video, my latest video? Whack the thumbs up, thanks Crispy. Had an Amstrad 464, Amiga 1200 and Commodore 64. Yeah. I never had a Commodore until the Amiga. We had a Spectrum, no, we had a ZX81 and 3D Monster Maze. Hi Peter, in Ramsbottom. How long is a retro games thing on it? It was on this weekend, Michael. They do one in Manchester, but I'm not sure when. They do one in Manchester. My first computer was a Commodore C16. So we had a ZX81. What's the easiest way to align with the Polestar? It depends what you're using. If you want to align with the Polestar, you obviously use a polar scope and you rotate it to match the sky as you see it, and then you put the Polestar inside the little circle that's in there's like a little circle in the middle, and there's like a circle within that circle, or a mark on that circle where you put the Polestar. Got a PlayStation 5. Mike Tyson says he's got a PlayStation 5. Really? I went to this games event yesterday here in Blackpool. If you look on my other video, you'll see it, and there was no PlayStation 5s. We'll have to look out for the retro Manchester, yeah? Julie said she had a Commodore 64. I know a couple of people who had Commodore 64s, and I was a bit jealous really, because I had a Spectrum and it wasn't as good. The graphics were a bit weird on the Spectrum. So the Commodore, and the Commodore had much better sound as well. The music was awesome on the Commodore. Where the Spectrum, well, it wasn't that good. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, Clive Sinclair, yeah, he's no longer with us, is he? It does take a bit of practice if you're polar aligning, yes. Got a couple of questions about polar aligning. Got a few computer people in tonight. Jeremy says he's now got a PlayStation 4. Yeah, they had all the computers there at that show yesterday. Horace goes skiing, yeah. Still trying to get the new one. Been trying since lockdown, says JJ. I think we'll have to just stick with what we've got. JD Sunderland, hi. Evening, I still have my Sinclair Spectrum Plus from my childhood. Games as well. Daley Thompson's Decathlon ruined several of my joysticks. I'm not surprised. Some of those games, you absolutely battered the joystick or the keyboard. 51 people watching. Don't forget to hit the like button. Kind of got talking about computers at the moment. We'll get on to stars in a minute, don't worry. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up. Frank's here. I'm using Frank's microphone. This is Frank's microphone, this thing here. Can you hear that? I haven't ordered one yet, Frank. I need to get one ordered, don't I? Yeah, I've not ordered a microphone. Where are we now? 20 past. We've lost a little bit of time. I've got a quiz, by the way. It's one that I put together at the last minute. I always do put them together at the last minute. Talking computers, yeah. I think Frank's into computers. Can't beat collecting jewels with Spyro the Dragon. Does anybody recognise this? Because I got this from the fair yesterday. I got this. Check this out. Can you see this? Here, look. This is off my favourite game that I play. So I got that from the fair. There were a few people dressed up as well as characters from games. As a kid, I wrote my own games. Commodore Basic Language, says Frank. So, hi Steve, from James Simkin from Audley. I don't know that game, says Frank in Blackpool. It's Fallout. Fallout. It's like a massive sandbox type. You know where you can do pretty much anything, but there's a theme to each game. There's there's something you have to do in each game. But once you've done that, you can do whatever you want. A bit like Grand Theft Auto, but in a sort of post-apocalyptic kind of world. And it's really, really good. Yeah, it is really, really good. Hit the like button if you haven't already. I recognise that guy with the thumbs up. Yeah, it's the Vault Boy, they call him, the Vault Boy. Did you hit the bird in the javelin? You know what I always got wrong on the javelin on that track and field is the angle. You get the speed right, but then if you love playing Donkey Kong and that other game, Bandicoot, yeah, I couldn't play Donkey Kong. You get the speed right, and then you get up to the line and press it too early or something like that. You know, it was really, really hard. Just like killing stuff, Half-Life and Crisis, says Frank. Oh, so we just play. Yes, we do have a quiz, JJ. This is the magazine that I get. It's a Sky now. I used to get quite a lot of astronomy magazines. I used to get, there's another one called Astronomy Now, which I thought was a little bit deep. You know, if you're wanting to get into astronomy, the best magazine, I would say, or one of the best, is this one, Sky at Night. It sort of ties in with the TV show. There's another one, what's that other one called? There's another one called Space something. I can't think of the name of it now. But if you want to buy a magazine on astronomy, I get these on subscription, so they get posted to me. And these are pretty much, in fact, look at the headline there, Stargazing in the City, so you can look at stars in the city. The clocks fall forward and spring back. Yeah, the clocks are going to go back next weekend. So next weekend, is it the 29th of October, the clocks go back, don't they? Yeah, they go back. So it's going to, Jupiter to the south of me, very clear tonight, says Rob. Yeah. JJ says 31st. We'll get a subscription. Yeah, I think so, because if you buy the magazine, it costs, where's it have the price? $5.99. It costs $5.99. The price is, I don't know if you can see it. So I would say they've got a load of telescopes on the back, which you can't even get hold of at the moment. You can't seem to get hold of telescopes. These are all like reflectors, by the way. Can you see? These telescopes here are nearly all reflecting telescopes. These are the big tubes, you know, the big tubes. I was looking at the belt of Venus on the prom this morning, said Simon. Oh, was it a nice belt of Venus this morning? If you saw my last video on the moon, so who saw my last video where I was on the promenade, on Blackpool Promenade, and I was photographing the moon, and did you see that moon go down over the sea? It looked absolutely amazing, and I wanted to get it touching the sea, but I couldn't do it because there was cloud there. And I went out the next day and the moon set an hour and 10 minutes later than it did on the day when I did that video. Can you believe that? When I filmed that video, the moon set at, I think it was, what time did the moon set? I think it set at 7:20. Now the very next day, the Wednesday, the moon set at 8:30. That's 1 hour and 10 minutes later than it did on the Tuesday. When I filmed that moon set video, it set at 7:20. The next day, it set at 8:30. And it was light when the moon set. In fact, I did another video and I never got round to posting it, but I might still put it up yet. So I went out the next day to film the moon going down sort of in the daylight as the sun came up, because the sun had come up, and you could tell the moon had the moon still looked full. Could you video the moon over the tower again, Steve? Yeah, I'll try and do that if I get the right angle. In fact, one of my friends, you never believe this, but she managed to get the moon behind the tower while I was on the promenade trying to photograph it over the sea. Not on the video that I showed, that was on the next day. The next morning when the moon set at 8:30, much later and over an hour later, she managed to get a picture of the moon dropping behind the tower from about 3 miles away, and it looked absolutely epic. So Jane took a great image of the moon. Who's Jane? The lady I'm talking about is, let's see if I can find this picture. I just want to show you this picture because it's awesome. This is a picture that I should have got. What's the best thing living in Blackpool? I think just living by the coast, JJ, just like being by the coast, by the water. I wouldn't like to live inland, you know. I'd rather live by the sea. Now then, have a look at this. Look at this. This is a picture that I would have been proud of. Look at that. Doesn't that look just like the picture I took? And that was by Caroline Guilfoyle. She sometimes goes by the name Caroline James, local photographer in Blackpool. And look at that. She got that the day after I did my video. This was what she got on the Wednesday. Look at that. Isn't it amazing? I've got a very similar picture myself to that. It was taken from about, I don't know, would it be about maybe not 3 miles, but 2 to 2.5 miles away in a straight line. The further away you get from the tower gets smaller, but the moon will never get smaller no matter how far away you run. The moon is always going to be the same size. And that's how you can get a shot like that. You go further away from the tower and hope that it stays clear. Can you see there's cloud just under here? The moon is about to drop into the cloud there, and she managed to get it there. She was well chuffed with that, you know. I'm not surprised, because I would have been as well. That's an amazing photograph. I really, when I saw it, I thought, I can't believe it. I could have gone out to get that shot. She's actually got a 200 to 500, a Nikon 200 to 500 lens. So she's got a real massive lens. That's what she took that picture with, a big 200 to 500 millimeter lens. Yeah, it's absolutely massive. Yeah, that's what she's got. No, it's not photoshopped, Simon. It's all to do with perspective. If you go right up to the tower and photograph the moon, well, the moon would have to be above the tower to get it in the shot, and it would look tiny. But when you're far away from the tower gets smaller because you're further away, but the moon stays the same size. That's how you get a picture like this. But you need to know your angles. You need to know your angles, and you need to have clear weather, clear enough to be able to see the moon. That's how you take a shot like that. Father Ted's sort of far away. Yeah, over there, right over there, yeah. Over there. Yeah, so she'll have took that with a 500 millimeter lens. That's how she'll have got that shot there. Yeah. So, yeah, I was kind of kicking myself, really, that she got that picture, and I never even thought the shot was on. I didn't think it would be, I didn't think the angle. I'll tell you where she took it from. If anyone knows Martin Mere in Blackpool, does anybody know the caravan site? Could you video the moon when you're close to the tower? I'll try to do that sometime. Jimbo, your motorway image is amazing. Yeah, I didn't mention it on here, but I'll just... Hang on a sec, I was just talking about something and got sidetracked. That picture was taken from Martin Mere Holiday Park, or close to Martin Mere Holiday Park. You know where Blackpool Zoo is? if you go around the back of the zoo and keep going, you go into some fields, eventually you'll get to Martin Mere, because it's all kind of around the back of Heron's Reach, and that's where she got that angle of the tower. That's where she got that angle. So it's a long way, and you can see some trees here as well. There's a row of trees, so you could only see the top of the tower, you know, so quite lucky really that there was nothing else blocking the way. But anyway, I just want to show you something that I didn't mention on this channel. I took a photograph that has been included in the Landscape Photographer of the Year Awards, and it's this one. It's commended. This picture here of it's the M62 between Manchester and Huddersfield. It's the Pennines, and this picture is called M62, the Pennines. Yeah, we've got 62 watching. That's really good. Don't forget to hit thumbs up. This picture has been commended in the Landscape Photographer of the Year Awards, and it's going to be in the book. So I'm well chuffed about that. I took that back in January 2019, and I even made a video at the time as well. Could you believe it? I might put that video on my, I can't put it on this channel, but I'll put it on, I might put it on my other channel. Well, we'll see. I was just looking at the video I made of it. It was a long time ago. My favourite picture of it is police cars with the tower in the background on a rainy night. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That yeah, it's a nice and atmospheric, that one, wasn't it? Scamandon Dam. Yes, it was. It was near Scamandon. It wasn't from the bridge. It was actually from the embankment, because you know, if you're looking at that viewpoint there of the M62, you can't see all of it from the bridge. If you're looking at the bridge from the bridge, this section here gets cut off. You know, this part here. So you have to go off the bridge and onto the, you have to actually go onto the embankment to get the shot. That's what I had to do to get that shot. Otherwise, 68 people watching. Oh, 68 people. We got more than last time. Hit the thumbs up. Let's see if we can get going. I mean, when I started this live stream, it was a bit of a mess, really. I don't know what happened. It wouldn't connect. Hi, Marilyn. Thanks, Susan. And then I had to start again, and then I couldn't even find my other live. It was a bit of a mess, but we've now got 67 people watching. Hit the thumbs up. There's a quiz coming anytime now. Quiz is coming anytime now. So I'm well happy about that. I'm still waiting to see if I get any pictures in the Astronomy Photographer of the Year. Now that would be something, wouldn't it? Not been looking there yet. Thanks, Helen. So, where are we? Not far from me, says Charlie. No, it is not. It was a bit of a trip for me. I had to drive all the way down there. No, it's not about Blackpool, it's about Astronomy. They had to build the motorway around the farm. Yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah, there's a house in the middle of the motorway there. There's actually a house in the middle, you can see it, of the motorway. It's about, oh, it's down here somewhere. It's down there, the house in the motorway. This wide section here is where there's a farmhouse in the motorway. If you go on YouTube and look up M62, the Pennines, Stott Hall Farm, you'll see some pretty amazing footage of when they built the motorway. And they had to build it on 2 levels. They didn't specifically build around the house because the people in the house wouldn't go. They were going to build around it anyway. But whoever was living in that house at the time stayed there when the people building, whoever was building the motorway. Hi, Paul. Would it manage to join you live rather than watching the day after? Looking forward to the quiz. To join you live, yeah. Finally managed to join us live, right, yeah. So when they built the M62 through the Pennines, they were going to build it around that house. They had to build it like that because of the lay of the land, and they had to split it. The builders were following contour lines, yeah, says Graham, yeah, I think you're right there. So I think there's a bit of a myth about the house, whoever was in the house not moving. They probably expected them to move, but they stayed there. But they were going to build around it anyway. If you go on the M6 up to Shap, you'll notice it's the same up there, or through the Lake District. You know when you go through the, I think, is it Shap, or is it, you know when you get to some section of the Lake District where the motorway splits and you get 2 levels, it's the same up there. But that section there, the Pennines, is the highest part of the motorway network, the highest in the UK. So there you go. 66 people watching. Hit the like button, hit thumbs up, hit the thumbs up. Yes, so there is a tunnel, yeah. I think you can see the tunnel from the road as well. It'd be amazing to go there, wouldn't it? There's a tunnel under the motorway, yeah. There are tunnels so that the cows and things can get out. Right, okay, what time are we on? We are on 25 to 9. I do have a quiz, so I'll be getting on with that anytime now, I think. We got off to a bit of a bad start. If you're watching this live stream, if you're joining us late, I had to start again. Notice the TD jacket, do you? Right? No, I don't. I just bought this in the Isle of Man. I don't even watch motorcycle. I just like it. I just think it's really smart and it's warm as well. You've been thumbed, says, is it Yellow Star? 66 watching, it's decent, it's better than last week. I had to start this stream without scheduling it because the one I tried before wouldn't work. I don't even know if it even, was there any video last time at all, or was it just a blank screen with loads of people talking to each other and I wasn't there? I think that's what it was. 70 watching! 70 watching, hit the thumbs up, I've got a quick 72, oh, keep it going, let's go, let's get it up, let's see if we can get up. I think we got up to 80 the other week, and last week we didn't quite top, about 50 I think was top. Just shared my Facebook, says JJ. Cheers. You've been thumbed. Static screen says 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so are we all right? Are we all ready for the quiz? Because I've got the quiz ready now. We're now on. I'm still going to end this at 9 o'clock on the dot. So we did lose a little bit at the front. So I'll check that out later, JJ. Key to showbiz, keep them waiting, says Chaddy. Okay, who's ready for the quiz? Why is your famous lightning shot not being commissioned? I think there's a couple, there's a reason why it probably wasn't used in Blackpool, that lightning shot, and that's because the tower had scaffolding on it. And I think if the tower didn't have scaffolding on, that picture would be all over the place, and I'd have retired, I think, probably. But because I tried to include it in a Blackpool calendar, which had the Visit Blackpool branding on it, and they did not want that picture in the calendar because the tower had scaffolding on it. So there you go. Yeah, it's just one of those weird things that you've got to put up with, Photoshop the scaffolding. Yeah. The scaffolding was just there. Sometimes, you're taking a picture of something and it's like taking a picture of Big Ben, trying to take a picture of Big Ben. Or it's not Big Ben, is it? It's the Elizabeth Tower that houses Big Ben. The Elizabeth Tower, the big clock tower in London, the Houses of Parliament. I think is it still got a lot of scaffolding on it? That's what it was like last time I looked anyway. So not much chance of taking a picture of it. Right, we've got the quiz. Quiz time. What time are we on now? Got to get on with this quiz. We're almost at 22. So I've got a quiz now. An astronomy quiz, and I've got 5 easy questions, or are they easy, or are they just 5 questions? And I've got 5 hard ones, so who's ready for the quiz? Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Yeah, we're going pretty well now. I can't believe this. I started a live stream for my other channel the other week, and I had problems connecting. And on that channel, I can get quite a lot of people watching. I had about 60 odd people watching it straight away. And the connection went down. So what happened, what I did was, I started again. And when I started again, it all came pretty good. I got quite a few hundred people watching. I got up to about, I think it was about 450 people at the most, which is pretty amazing. But on this channel, I don't get anywhere near as many viewers, so I'm quite surprised when I've managed to pick up now as many as what I've got just by starting again. Hi Michael. Michael Hornby's with us. So we're all ready for the quiz. Right, here we go. 5 easy questions. No Googling. I can't see if you can. I'm going to have to put my glasses on, I can't read. Right, here we go. What's the difference between astronomy and astrology? Might take a bit of writing this one. What's the difference between astronomy and astrology? I know what I'd like to say. There's quite a few people, when I talk to people, they say, oh, I love astrology. They mean astronomy. Yeah, I'll take that. Michael's in. Yeah, Frank, Frank's probably the most accurate. That's good. Yeah, that's good. I like to see these answers. These are good. Yes, I like that. Yeah, these are good answers. Very good. Just, in fact, better answers than what I've got put down here, I'd say. Yeah, there is an M in astronomy. Yeah, there is that as well. Astrology is the study of the zodiac. Yes, it is, Marilyn. Yeah. Astrology is more the study of the planets and the alignments of the planets in order to determine people's futures. I don't really believe in it, to be honest, you know. So that's what astrology is. And astronomy is a scientific way of studying the heavens and finding out the, you know, where we are in the universe and how it all began and how it's going to end. Septic peg, says Joe 90. Yeah, so that was good. You all did pretty well there. I'm very pleased with those answers. Right, how long does it take how long does it take? Some people do believe in it, says Farang Travels. Yeah, they do. Some people make a living out of it, don't they? A very good living as well. I wish I could make a living out of that. How long does it take for light to from the sun to reach the earth? How long does it take for light from the sun to reach the earth, roughly? How long does it take? So how long does light take to get to the earth from the sun? Yeah. Crispy says 15 minutes. I'm glad it doesn't take 15 minutes, because if it did take 15 minutes, I think we'd be in trouble. I think it probably takes 15 minutes to Mars, maybe? Or maybe not. Maybe a bit longer. I think most people have got it, roughly. Ashley's here. Hi, Ashley. It takes about about 8.5 minutes. 1,000 years, says 123. Yes, I think if it took 1,003, we wouldn't be in this solar system. Yeah, we'd still be in the galaxy, but we wouldn't be in this solar system. We would be in another solar system. In fact, we would see the sun, but it would be a very little speck in the sky. We'd have another sun. 499 seconds, is that? I don't know how to add up the seconds. I don't know if that's right. That might be right. It's about 8.5 minutes. Okay, right, now, question number 3. How many planets are there in the solar system? The short answer is that it takes sunlight an average of 8. You've got that off Google, haven't you, Ashley? 8 minutes and 20 seconds to travel from the sun to the earth. It takes longer at night. Oh. How many planets in the solar system? This changed after 2006. If I was asking this question before 2006, it would be different. Quite a few different answers coming in. There's some people are right. Yeah. Some people are right, would be right if it was before 2006, but we're not. Because in 2006, one planet was demoted, and that was, guess what? It was Pluto. Pluto was demoted from a planet to a dwarf planet. In fact, the reason why they did it is because when they discovered Pluto, it wasn't it wasn't planet, it wasn't the main planet they were looking for. This wasn't the planet we're looking for. It wasn't big enough. They were looking for something much bigger than Pluto, and they found out that after Pluto, they started to find these other things that were, that were not as big as Pluto, but still fairly big, out in the outer solar system, and they decided to demote Pluto because it just wasn't big enough, and it wasn't clearing its orbit or something like that. It didn't quite fit the bill for a planet. Pluto was taken back to Disney. Pluto is a dog. No Pluto. Yeah. So poor Pluto got demoted by I think it was the planetary, I can't remember what, 2006 it was. But yeah, but they did do that probe to Pluto, which was amazing actually. Got some amazing pictures of it. And interesting as well, the moon of Pluto, which is called Charon, is quite big. In fact, it's barely a moon. It's more of a companion planet, really. The moon of Charon, they orbit around each other like this. So the moon of Pluto, which is called Charon, if you look at pictures of it, you'll see it's a fairly big moon. And they actually rotate around each other. So, yeah, that's pretty amazing. So most of you got that, which is 8. So officially, it's 8. I'm not going to say that Farron travels. That's always a funny one, isn't it? Sorry, that problems with Wi-Fi. Just got back, says Frank, Michael, sorry. Right. Last of the easiest questions. What is the brightest star in the sky after the sun? Of course, the sun is the brightest star in our sky because it's our nearest star. But what's the brightest star that we can see at night? And this goes for anywhere on Earth. The brightest star. I could quote John McEnroe, though that would probably give it away. Yeah, they're doing it. Venus is not a star, but sometimes it does get called a star. The morning star and the evening star, depending on what side of the sun it's on. Yeah, Susan says the moon. Helen says the North Star. I used to think it was the North Star, the brightest. Mike Tyson says Venus. Well, Venus does look like a star, and if you see Venus at the moment, you see it low down, it does shine pretty brightly. A lot of people will think it's a star, and it is very, very bright. And it will be brighter than the brightest star in the night sky, which is called Sirius. You cannot be serious. I had to say that. Yep, it's Sirius. And you can see Sirius. You're more likely to see Sirius if you're up early in the morning when it's dark. I could see it on my video. I showed it on my video last week. It's a little bit, you have to be up early and look towards the south, and you'll see it high up, probably about, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. But as we go into winter, you'll start to see it in the evening. So, great impression. 4 a.m. says Frank. Sirius B, yeah. Sirius B. There's a twin star system or a triple star system. 737 into Leeds, yeah. So now on to the hard questions. Right, now, here we are. You ready for this? These are the hard ones. The hard ones. Name the distance in astronomy other than the light year. Now, there are 2 distances that are used regularly in astronomy. One of them is light year. What's the other one? Light year is the one that people have probably heard the most of. Now, this other distance unit, there's another distance unit which is used professionally as regards to the light year Frank, you're very close. In fact, you've given a good answer there. You've actually given a good answer. And I'll probably say you're right, because when I did this question, I didn't really think about other distances. That there's a specific distance other than the speed of light, which professional astronomers use to measure large distances. There's a lot of people coming up with AU, and that is a good answer. You know, it could be the answer. You know, you're right. An AU is another distance. I'm looking for measuring large distances. We're talking light years. So what would, has anybody got it? Let's check. It's what they use instead of light years. Now the AU, they do use the AU. The AU is the average distance between the Earth and the Sun, and it's massive. It's huge. It's 300 million kilometers, isn't it? 300 million. That's the average distance from one side of the orbit of the Sun to the other, and it's 300 million kilometers, or 186 million miles. That's an AU. Is that right? Yeah, that's an AU, and that's good for measuring distances within the solar system. But when you get out of the solar system, you need to use something bigger, and that's when they start to use light years. But Gary Williamson's got it. I think he says parcels. Parcels, yeah, it's parcels. Parcels, I think it's probably spell check. Simon John's got it. Spell check. Greatest show on earth, the Isle of Man TT. Hello from Ramsey. Hi, Uncle Albert. Was it my TT jumper that got the, does the AI of YouTube pick this up and say, right, we want to get people from the Isle of Man watching this live, 76 watching, we've got more people watching. If you just joined, hit the like button. We're doing an astronomy quiz here. Parsec, we've all got it now, yeah, the parsec. It's a parsec. So, like, you know, like TV programs like Doctor Who and Star Trek, they all like to use a light year, and it's all really good. You know, the light year is a fine thing, but in professional astronomy, if you're doing professional astronomy and you want to measure distances, you never use a light year. They do not use a light year in professional. The reason why they don't is because the light year is actually more of a theoretical, it's kind of a measure of time rather than a specific distance, whereas the parsec is an actual measurable distance. You can actually measure the distance to a star by measuring its parallax. That's the parallax between a star wobble when they measure them. I could go into it, but oh my god, it's a lot. I could go into that, but I won't do it on now because it's a bit too much. I remember Han Solo talking about the Millennium Falcon speed in terms of parsec. Yeah, he did actually. That was one of the rare events in movies where somebody mentioned a parsec. Yeah, I do remember that as well. I think it was the Kessel Run, wasn't it? Yeah, the Millennium Falcon. It's a really fast ship, that, wasn't it? Yeah, the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. They must have been doing hyperdrive speed or something. No tape measures in that. Well, you can use a tape measure, but it only takes you so far. And then when you start dragging it out, it gets heavy. You start can you imagine dragging a tape measure for a 1 mile? Can you imagine how heavy that would be? And then it's going to stretch. The actual thing's going to stretch, you know, once you get to large distances. That's why you have to use measurements. You know, you have to use, like, you know, you're using triangulation and all that. That's how they measure mountains. They don't go up the mountain and take a tape measure up there. You can only do a tape measure so far. So there you go. That was the parsec, the other name. Not the same as a light year, but another distance unit for measuring large distances other than the light year. Cameron Robbins, ruler. Rob H, 8 minutes. Next week it's about the belt of, well, maybe this week if I can get it done, about the belt of Venus. I saw something amazing this week. One of the best belt of Venuses I've ever seen from Blackpool this week, and I'll put the video on when I get a chance. I should have done it earlier, but I didn't get a chance. And I saw something quite amazing, and I'm going to get millions of views. If I put flat earth in the title, it'll probably get loads of it. Oh, someone says it's buffering. Am I buffering? I hope not. Lag video, that's not good. Oh, it's not giving me any sign. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Can you hear me all right? It looks fine on my screen, But everyone, I know, this is the problem I had at the start, you see. I need to carry on with this quiz and get this quiz done because we seem to have connection problems this week. Right, here we go. Apparently, I went off there. Yeah, so, yeah. If I check on my screen, I'll have a look and see. Let's have a look and see if I can see myself. I'm just checking my screen now. Sorry about that. So, we're back. Yes, I'm back apparently. I was away for about 10 seconds. So, if you missed me, I'm back again. I'm just trying to check now the connection. Yeah, it looks okay. So we've still got 72 people watching. Hit like if you haven't hit already. We do have more likes and watches, so that's good. So we're now on to the third of the hard questions. Now then, has anybody heard of Vesta? And if you have, what is it? Vesta. What is Vesta? It's out there in the solar system. It's called Vesta. What is it? Vesta. Yeah. What is Vesta? Not quite. No. Vesta, that's with a T. V-E-S-T-A. Yeah, as in Swan Vesta, the matches. They still make them as well, don't they? Swan Vesta. Yeah, so I'm back now. I don't know what happened. The connection went. You see, the problem is I have no idea looking at my screen when the connection goes. But it's looking pretty good now. I'm just looking at my screen and it's looking pretty good. Yeah, Joe 90's got it. Joe 90. I wouldn't say it was a dwarf planet because it's not round, but Vesta is an asteroid. It's one of the largest asteroids in the asteroid belt. Yeah, so Vesta is one of the largest asteroids in the solar system. There's, I think the biggest one is Ceres, isn't it? Ceres, and Ceres is a round, but Ceres is kind of like a dwarf planet. I think it's one of them where you could call it an asteroid or a planet, but because it's nice and round, I think you call it a dwarf planet. Yeah, Vesta is a large asteroid. Now then, so we didn't do too bad with that. Got a few. Joe 90 was the first one to get that one. Vesta. Hey, we've got an asteroid coming close to Earth soon, haven't we? Is it next year? There's an asteroid due to come within the orbit of the moon. That's close. That is really close for an asteroid to come within the Earth and the moon. You never know, it might hit us. What do you reckon? Right. Here's another question. Fourth of 5. Shoemaker Levy crashed into what planet in 1994? So Shoemaker Levy was a comet. Is it a comet or an asteroid? It's a comet, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a comet. A comet. There was a comet crashed into an asteroid in 1994. It was called Shoemaker Levy. And what planet did it crash into? JJ's got it. You're right, JJ. I think Frank was in first. Frank came in first. So Frank got that one. Not the moon. Yeah. Yeah, most people have got it. Frank Travel says Saturn. I think the clue here is with Jupiter. You know, Jupiter's the biggest planet. So Jupiter being the biggest planet is going to suck things up. It's going to sweep up stuff. You know, it's going to pull things in because it's got such a large gravity field, you know, so it's always going to be the likeliest planet to suck up a comet or something like that. And yeah, you can actually see pictures of it. If you Google Shoemaker Levy comet Jupiter, you'll see amazing pictures. They managed to capture it impacting the surface of Jupiter, left these black spots, and it just consumed the whole thing. It was amazing. So that was, could you imagine if Jupiter had ignited? Yeah, the thing about Jupiter is it's actually a failed star. Yeah, because a lot of these planets, they could become stars, and Jupiter is a failed star. Do I get a point for second place? Yeah, yeah, JJ, you do. Without Jupiter, it wouldn't even exist. Cameron Robbins, Jupiter, yeah, it crashed into Jupiter, the atmosphere of Jupiter. So we're actually on 9 o'clock now, so I've got one more question on this live stream, which has gone really, really well actually. After that problem I had at the start, I had to end the original one and then start all over again because I couldn't connect, and then this one went down with connection. So yeah, I don't know what it is because I don't normally have a problem with my Wi-Fi. Anyway, right, here we go. Name the day when the sun's direct rays come straight down on the celestial equator. What is the day in the year, and there are two of them, when the sun's rays come right down on the celestial equator, directly on the celestial equator? It happens twice a year. In fact, I don't think this is a harder question really. When the sun's rays come straight down on the equator, what's the day called? It happens twice a year. Let's see, someone's got it. Peter Smith's got it. I can't read that name. Is it Mel Grigg? Is it Mel Grigg? Mel Gig? I think Mel Gig got it first. Yeah, thanks JJ. Thanks for watching. Nice to see you in here. Marilyn Kennedy says Midsummer's Day. No, that's actually that would be the solstice. This is the equinox. I've done a video on it back in September. It's when the sun crosses the equator. You know, like when we go into winter, the sun's going down below the equator from it's going to the southern hemisphere. Well, it looks like it's going to the southern, it's not really. It's the way the earth goes around the sun. It's the way our tilt tilts like that. So we're tilted away from the sun in winter, and in the summer we're tilted towards it. So it's all to do with wherever we are around the sun. It's not the sun moving down, but that's how it looks. That's the apparent motion. So the sun looks to be dipping lower and lower in the sky. So if you look out tomorrow where the sun is high up at, say, 1 o'clock, when it's at its highest point, you'll notice that it's nowhere near as high as what it is in the middle of summer. That's because... Oh, we're back on. Are we back on? I'm checking my screen. I think we're back on. I think we've got some pretty bad buffering. If you're watching this on replay, you're probably seeing it flick all over the place. Yeah, I'm back on. I think I'm going to have to end this now, people. Thanks for watching. The answer to the last question was equinox, spring equinox or autumnal equinox. Next question for when you're doing solar eclipse. You've gone, yes, I don't know what it is. I'm having problems connection tonight. The Wi-Fi is not much good. So I'm going to say bye-bye now before anything else goes wrong. We've still got 65 people watching, so thanks for everyone for watching. Thanks for everyone to join in. Thanks to the mods. Thanks, Crispy. Thanks, JJ, for joining. Thanks, Jeremy. Wendy, if you're still here. Farang Travels. I can't name everybody because there's quite a lot of you. Thanks, Susan. And yeah, it was a bit of a messed up stream, but it did pretty well in the end, and we actually got more people watching than we did last time, which is really, really good for a stream that was kind of just started on the fly really after that first one messed up, and then we had some problems with the connection. So there you go. I'm going to leave it there now before anything else goes wrong. I should be back again on Sunday at 8 o'clock. That's the normal time, and I'll have the questions again, and hopefully in between now and then I will put a couple of videos up, and one of those videos this week, which I think it debunked the flat earth, so there you go. So watch out for that anyway, and I will see you again on Sunday. Chat about the aurora will be nice. Yeah. Oh, see you next week. See you at the weekend on Sunday. Bye now.